going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start. If you're going to try, go all the way. This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind. Go all the way. It can mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It can mean freezing in a park bench. It can mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation. Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds. And you'll be better than anything you can imagine. If you're going to try, go all the way. There's no other feeling like that. You'll be alone with the gods. The nights will flame with fire. Do it. Do it. All the way. All the way. You will ride life straight to perfect laughter. It's the only good fight there is.
My personal question to you is, why not you? You've got the brains. You can make decisions. You can study the plan. You can change your life. You can grow immensely in the next few years. You can make your dreams come true. You can build a financial wall around your family nothing can get through. You can become healthy. You can become powerful. Why not you?
Mistakes that I've made, they've taught me. You learn. Like, that's why failure is so important. Like, failing and fucking up and making mistakes, it's very important. Didn't do or wish you did better. Like, especially failing at something where you half-assed it and you just feel like a fucking loser. Like, that just teaches you to get your shit together.
We have such a good ability to learn from those things. Some people, I think, kind of it's just like it gets repetitive or something.
That's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous to dwell on past mistakes because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. And if that's the case, like, some people are stuck in high school. They're stuck in failures that they had, like when they're first getting jobs, and they always think that they're a loser. And they don't like the feeling of failure, so they keep low expectations so that they never have to feel that. You gotta get through it. You gotta get through bad feelings. You gotta get through failure. It's very important, and you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going. But it's hard for a lot of people because that sting, they never get over it. The feeling of failure.
The wealthy upbringing, we came from a very poor upbringing. When we moved to England, we were a homeless shelter for the first year as we were trying to find council housing and run a single mother council estate. I've got every excuse everyone else is going to be. I'm not. So, it was all your life. You could kickboxes. Getting up and running to the gym because my mum didn't have a car and couldn't afford the bus, and running 4 miles, training, and then running 4 miles home is not luck. You could have done that. So, people may meet barriers, but if you genuinely apply yourself,
you have to want it. You have to want to be better. And it starts off with you have to have pride in yourself. You have to have pride in yourself. You have to have, there's something about you, whether it's your last name, whether it's just the smallest thing. You have to be proud of yourself. And if you have no pride in yourself, I can't give it to you.
Because you're always going to compromise. You're always going to fall.
Always. I'm very proud of this. That's why when people said, you know where you can do better than can't hurt you. Roger that. We'll fucking see.
We're not men because we face the battle and we get immediately victory every time a battle comes up. We're men because we face the battle and we stay in the battle when we feel like we're losing and we feel like we're getting beat up. But we stay in there and we keep fighting and we plant our feet and we say, until death do I part. This is me, and I will fight this battle, regardless of what the battle is. Being tired is part of fighting.
5 minutes before I come out, my gloves are laced up. I can feel my knuckle piercing against a tight leather glove. All during my training, I've been afraid of this man. I thought this man might be capable of beating me. I've dreamed of him beating me. But as closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god.
A blade does not become strong. It does not become tempered until it's been through the fire. Until it's been through the fire several times. And this is just your first or second time through the fire. And there's a lot of hammer work that has to take place. And then you're going to have to go back to the forge again. And out, and it's going to put you on the anvil, and it's going to hammer on you some more. And you're going to say, what? Am I done yet? Am I a sword for the ages? No. No, you're not.
Don't be scared to get to the money at all times. I went to sleep 3 a.m. I was back up at 6:30, excited. No excuses. My bad. Yo, shut the fuck up and let's get to the money.
We were very, very poor. Me, my mother, and my brother, when we moved to England, we grew up in a homeless hostel. So I grew up at the very end of the socioeconomic ladder. I had a worse start than 99% of people. But I lived my life when I was poor, furious at the fact I was poor. Because my ego, and I'll be honest, my ego is at a point where I didn't understand how other people can afford Ferraris and I can't. I would be 18, walk into college, and a Ferrari would drive past, and it would ruin my week. And everyone would be like, what's wrong with you? I'd be like, don't you see, this fat fuck can buy a Ferrari and I can't. Why? He's not a better man, he's not a better person than me. I'm just as good as him, if not better. I couldn't stand the fact that there are people who could do things I couldn't. So this gave me unlimited motivation to get rich. Now I found a way to get rich, and I believe that anyone who really, really, truly wants to get rich will get rich, one way or another.
Because when you've come from the absolute bottom to the absolute top, and you've done it all off of your own back, and hard work and dedication, and never missing a day, the only shortcut to life is to never miss a day. One, because of compounding interest, and two, because sometimes you get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. If you don't try every day, you might miss your lucky day. And that's what people don't understand. If you never miss a day and you never don't try and you're always on time, was I late today? No, on time, and you try and improve every aspect of your life, and you're a professional, and you try and make sure that you analyze your decisions, you give yourself feedback, you don't make mistakes, you're not lazy. If you try and you make it to the top, you end up elitist, because you look at the people down below and you're like, well, why didn't you try? I did. Oh, I did too. No, you didn't. That's a lie.
There's a out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have. There's someone out there hungry that wants everything you can have.
To get to the level that you need to get to the pinnacle, it needs to be like that. It needs to be no outsiders. It needs to be, you need to have your team and your focus, and that's it. I don't need friends that aren't involved in this game, or that aren't on the same path. That's why I like to be isolated, and that's why this has helped me coming out here and being locked in an apartment on my own, building back up my leg, going from rehab to home to rehab to home, because there was no outsiders. It was isolation, it was visualization, it was motivation, and it was dedication.
I used to never have to worry about nobody ever bullying me again, because I know I would kill them if they fucked with me.
We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
You will never succeed more than you fail. That's not how it works. You know why? Because failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful.
You've got to create a lot of different emotion to heighten your sense of awareness and focus. For me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys.
What's something difficult you're going through that people don't often see?
I mean, my mind is a storm. I don't think most people would want to be me. They may think they want to be me, but they don't understand.
How are you doing?
I mean, overall okay. In the grand scheme of things, I can't complain.
Do you get lonely?
Sometimes, but my kids and friends keep me company.
So not existential.
But there are many nights I sleep alone. I don't have to, but I do.
God damn it, an entire generation moving gas, waiting tables, slaves, white collars, advertising education, cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we buy shit we don't need. The middle children of history, man. No purpose, place. Have no great reward, no great depression, no great
3 o'clock in the morning. Go, come on, man, we're going running. Like, let me see what you do when you're tired. Let me see how you push yourself. Come on, man, get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. Get up again tomorrow. The next day, get up. Keep going. How long can you maintain a positive attitude? Where's all this teaching? You're teaching people, you can't do shit yourself. They need to show people that you can do it.
Your job is to try to be the best basketball player. To do that, you have to practice, you have to train. You want to train as much as you can. That's all. If I start earlier, I can train more hours. And I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know their training schedule. If I do this consistently over time, the gaps just go wide. They won't be able to get that back. So to me, it was just common sense. I'm like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Start early. My first class in high school was 7:45. I used to get to the gym around 5 a.m. and I'd play before school, just me and my coach. And sometimes it would just be me and the janitor. But I'd play during lunch and then practice after. And go home, do my schoolwork, and then watch a bunch of game film and games on TV and study. The mentality is a really simple one. The confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do.
What did you say Clay said?
Clay said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt.
I will conquer what has not been conquered. He will not be my dream. I will believe what others doubt. I will always endeavor for prestige, honor, respect in my team. I have trained my mind and my body will fall. Who am I? I am a champion. I will acknowledge the fact that my opponents do not expect me to win. I will never surrender. Weakness will not be in my heart. I will look to my comrades and to those who have brought me to this world and those who have trained me, and I will draw strength from them. Who am I? I am a champion. I will practice, go out to the field of battle, and I will move in everything I can do. And I will reach my field of battle at any means at my disposal. And when I get there, I will rise violently. I will rip the heart from my enemy and leave it bleeding on the ground, because he cannot stop me. Who am I? I am a champion. To my side, I have comrades. Comrades that have been through me through thick and thin, through sacrifice, through blood, through sweat, through tears. Never will I let them fall. Never will I let them down. And I will never leave an enemy behind. Because our opponent does not know my heart. Who am I? I am a champion.
Purpose. We're all looking for this golden purpose. Is it this? Is it that? Is it making money? Is it my family? Motherfucker, the purpose is you. We forget that. Every fucking day I wake up and I don't want to do some fucking shit. I'm like, okay, man, do you want to be a bitch today? Do you want to feel like a little bitch? Do you want to walk around all day knowing that you could, but you didn't?
You're that much closer to becoming that person you always knew you could be. I mean, isn't it about time you do that? Isn't it about time you become that person you knew you always could be? How do you do that? You break the fucking mold, guys. You get the fuck out of bed when it's cold, when it's early. You do something away from the normality of what you've been doing. That's psychotic behavior. Doing the same thing, expecting a different result doesn't work that way. You must switch up the mainframe. Switch it up if you want a different result, man. Why not try it, man? Shock the system. Start with an earthquake, man. What I mean by that is, yeah, get up at 4 in the fucking morning one day. Just one day. And go for a fucking run. Commit to one day. And see how you feel. As you're jogging it back in around 5 or something, as your neighbors are still asleep. Or as you're jogging it back in at 6 o'clock, and your neighbor's just getting up, grabbing the coffee, looking outside, wondering, what the day's gonna hold for them. Well, your day's already provided something for you. You see how that works? Mentally, you'll feel like, wow, man, that was fucking alive. And then you go about your day at work, and your coworker's like, who the fuck, what happened to old Greg, man? This is who's this? That's right, the new motherfucker's here to stay. And get the fucking on my plan or get the fuck out of my way. That's how you run it, man. But you won't get to know what I'm talking about, man. You can't look at a picture of something of Hawaii and feel the cool breeze and the warm water. You gotta be there, man. You can't talk it all the time. You gotta walk it. Commit to one day. Try it. See how it feels getting up that fucking early when everyone else is asleep, or when it's that cold. When everybody else says, no, this is not comfortable, we shouldn't do this. You say, yes, motherfucker, I'm gonna introduce myself to it. And who that person is, we don't know. Who could it be? It's exciting, man. Because the way you feel after that, as exhausted or as how unpleasant as the experience might be, the after effect, or how prideful you feel, that's something you're either gonna love or not. And if you love it, Dude, you're on your journey to something magical.
I'll give up my arm, I'll give up an eye. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you never forget the night you stepped in the octagon with me.
People don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific. But the only way I could be this person now is if I took that chance when I was 21, when I was dead broke and had my cars repossessed and all that stuff. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous, and most people want to take the safe path. The safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation almost every time.
You pan over here, it's the same thing. Not a car or a person in sight. People want to know where I find my strength at, where I get my strength. I get it from a lot of places, but right now, this morning, I'm getting it from, there's not a motherfucker that's up. There's not a car, there's not a person. Everybody's in their bed, sleep, dreading that it's a Monday, hate it's a Monday, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that. Where everybody's getting weaker, I'm getting stronger. It's not about the running, the swimming, the push-ups, the sit-ups. It's about what those things do for your mentality. You don't get better on the daggone couch. You get better by coming out here and getting the fuck after it every daggone day.
I wish they would let me next door so I could spit in your face.
You know I would absolutely kill you if you ever did something like that,
You
right?
could never kill me.
Oh, I bet you I could.
Fucking bet against me. Bet against me. Tell me it's not gonna happen. Tell me it's gonna fail. I love every minute of it.
To be successful at anything, the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent, determined, and willing to work for it. No shortcuts. If you look at all my teammates here tonight, it would be impossible to find better examples of men who embody that work ethic, integrity, purpose, determination, and discipline that it takes to be a champion in life.
Yesterday I give you slap, Artyom, I give you slap. You eat this like a woman, like a baby. What happened now? Something changed?
I'm just thinking how funny it is where I'm gonna be tomorrow morning and my competition. Still drinking down their fears and trying to escape the current reality. I'm working tonight. I laugh at how much further I'm getting ahead of them.
End of the week, if you don't tire it, this is good question. You have to worry about this. But this is Saturday. Your 6th day, you work so hard. Of course you're gonna tire. Tomorrow rest, and Monday we're gonna begin one more training. If you don't want, go back to Pakistan and stay with your mom. She's gonna give you every day good breakfast. You don't do nothing. Stay there. But if you come here, don't complain. You wanna become best. You wanna become champion. And now you wanna say like you tired? Who cares? You tired or not? Nobody cares about it. He was tired. He had personal problems. Nobody cares. You don't know. Like, you just see how he fight and he go. And for this one, you have to train so hard. If you don't want, tell us. Go back to Dagestan. Nobody gonna ask about yourself. Without you or with you, there is always gonna be champions. With your name, this is your choice. You wanna put your name there? Okay, work hard. No? Bye bye.
You know what a duvet is? Comfort. Blanket. Just a blanket. And why do guys like you and I know what a duvet is? It's essential to our survival and the hunter-gatherer sense of the word. No. What are we? Consumers. Right. We are consumers. We are byproducts of a lifestyle obsession. Murder, crime, poverty, these things don't concern me. It concerns me. Celebrity magazines, television with 500 channels, some guy's name on my underwear. Rogaine, Viagra, Olestra, Martha Stewart. Fuck Martha Stewart. Martha's polishing the brass on the Titanic. It's all going down, man. So fuck off. Sofa unit, string green stripe pattern. I say, never be complete. I say, stop being perfect. I say, let's evolve. Chips fall where they may.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Well, it's that time of year again, we start to feel real happy. Why? Because we're not going to work. If you believe in Santa Claus and you celebrate Christmas, you're looking forward to Santa Claus coming down the chimney giving you some presents. It's a real good time of year. So in that good time of year, we start to feel real good about ourselves. Start to feel great. So we start making promises to ourselves about, hey, I'm gonna lose some weight. I'm gonna do better in school. I'm gonna be better here, be better there. But guess what happens? The real Merry fucking Christmas happens when all of that noise is gone, it's quiet, and it's you against you, and now all those endorphins are gone. And I promise you made by getting up early and getting after it to go lose weight, study harder, guess what? It's a lot fucking harder now. That repetition becomes a lot harder now. So a lot of us can't do things on our own. So find somebody in your life, so when you throw that towel in, they throw that motherfucker back at you and say you're not fucking done yet. Stay true to yourself, stay hard.
1 a.m., I'm going for my third workout. Do I want to go to the gym? Absolutely not. I'd rather, lay in my house and sit in the movie theater and watch movies. But, to be the best, you got to work overtime. To be the best, you got to work overtime.
Don't put on a show. You win the game. Don't put on a show. You win the game. Don't put on a show. You freaking win the game. You don't put on a show. You win.
If we would relax and build the image in our mind of how we'd like to see ourselves, how we'd like to see ourselves acting in life, relating to other people, our social life, see ourselves in the position we hold, or how we make our sales presentations if we happen to be in selling or something, and then take that picture and describe it, write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Now, a lot of people will laugh at this and say, that doesn't make any sense. It makes a lot of sense. They can't tell you why it doesn't. I could spend hours telling you why it does, and I could explain it in such detail that everyone would understand it. But write out a description of how you'd like to see yourself. Start to read it, and read it, and read it, and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers, all down through history, have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about it. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it. And when William James said, believe and your belief will create the fact, you will see the person's personality change.
We're afraid to make enemies. We're afraid what they might say behind your back. Shut the noise out. Embrace the fact that people don't like you. It means you're doing something right. Stay hard. Stay in the fight.
So after 22 years and 83,000 scans, the single most important lesson my colleagues and I have learned is that you can literally change people's brains. And when you do, you change their life. You are not stuck with the brain you have. You can make it better, and we can prove it.
Like, my parents, my best friends, everyone in my life told me I was stupid. I dropped out of college for this shit. And everyone from A to Z told me, like, you're fucking up, you shouldn't be doing that, it's not gonna work, you can't make money playing video games. And I kind of tuned them all out. I felt like I saw something that they didn't see, and it all worked out for me. So my advice would be, fuck what anybody thinks or says. If you feel it, if you really feel it, then run it.
The fear is never reaching your potential.
That's it.
That always falling short, always quitting before you're done, always procrastinating, always not doing the right thing. And then one day you're an old man.
Yep.
And you look back and go, God, I could have been great.
Yep.
It could have been great.
I never forget one time I was running by a graveyard. I mean, I was fucking just trying to become. I was fat. And I ran by a graveyard and I looked out there and I have all these epiphanies, man. I have all these fucking moments of like, it's crazy, man, of just thought. Cause I'm always by myself. I'm always deep fucking thought about how to be better. And I look out there, I'm like, man, I wonder how many of you motherfuckers in there fucking just are so upset with how you lived your life. And fucking just regret how you lived it. And I'm running a 300-pound man thinking, man, don't fucking die like this, bro. Don't die like this. So people wonder where this shit comes from me. It comes from such deep thought of trying to see what this is all about. What is this life all about? What am I all about? Why am I here? You know, I had to find purpose.
I was unhappy with myself. I hated myself, but I understood something.
Regroup. If there's something you want to change in your life, cool, you know what the problem is. That's step one. Now, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You can sit in your house all day and cry how you have no girls, you're fat as fuck, you're jacking off every day, you're drinking and you're smoking every day. But if you spend each day doing that same exact thing, you're gonna be stuck in that loophole for life. You're gonna be sitting on your deathbed looking back, regretting every single choice you made. It doesn't matter how old you are. People clown me for being 33, calling me old. I'm just starting at 33. I don't care how old you are. You can literally start your life today, not tomorrow. You can literally tell yourself right now, I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to take accountability for my actions, and you can change your life.
Never ever respond to a negative message, to a negative comment, or try to even not engage into negative conversation or fights or whatever. Let me tell you why. Spiritually, when you are talking to somebody or responding to a negative comment or responding to a negative message, what happened is you exchange energies. That person gets your positive, your light energy, you get their dark energy, and they feed off of you. So what you need to do in order to protect yourself is not respond. The minute you respond, you lost. Energetically, you gave your energy away. And what happens is you feel anxious, you feel sad, and you feel bad. But this is not your energy. Your energy has been disturbed by their message.
But the second you start to feel your energy drop, it's accountable. So if you're accountable to your internal state, you feel your energy drop, you feel the negative thoughts come in, and the negative actions are coming next. So once you feel your energy start to drop, you have to go do something about it. I tell people, hit the fucking floor. If you just cranked out 150 burpees when you were feeling like Five Guys, you would have elevated past it. Anything that's part of your purpose would elevate you past it. Something even as small as just anything that's creating your bigger. If your house is clean and your purpose and your vision, and you start to clean your house, you get in a flow state and forget that you were desiring something. Boredom leads to desire these devices. So I mean, you just can't get bored, and boredom is lack of gratitude. You're fucking entitled at that point. Like, I just stay so purpose driven because I know it's not about me.
How do you overcome being a pleaser? If I had a pill for that, I mean, be hard, be obnoxious. But most people would rather be a pleaser than be obnoxious. Doesn't mean you don't help them raise the prostitute. Doesn't mean anything, you know. But be obnoxious. You know, demand accountability. And I mean, they won't want to talk to you, you know. They don't want me at any more meetings because, you know, I make the accountants accountable. I make the lawyers accountable. I make the bankers accountable. My relatives don't want to see me because I said, what have you done the last 10 years of your life, you piece of shit? Now, what kind of Thanksgiving dinner is that?
Never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away.
I stand in the mirror with a pure heart. I know I am the best version of me that could possibly ever exist. I know that God is proud of me. There's nothing that God hates more than sloth and laziness. If God were to create a man and that man were to sit around and do fuck all, God will frown upon you. It's why you're never lucky. If you're listening to this and you think I'm never lucky, I'll tell you why, because God dislikes you because you're fucking lazy. Start to work, start to show God the beauty of his own creations. You'd be amazed how lucky